You know, that guy, when he walks past, you turn your head around. This is that guy. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're returning, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tasha, and today I've got for you guys unique fragrances for this autumn and winter season. I am going to be sharing with you about 5 or 6 fragrances from my collection that I think would be perfect for this autumn and winter season. So stick around and let's get straight into today's video. First up, let's start with one of my all-time favorite scents, and it's this black saffron fragrance by Byredo. You guys, Byredo was actually one of my first luxury perfume purchases. This brings back so many memories, and for me, every time I spray this, I just feel so, there's no other way that I can describe it, but I just feel like, wow. When I bought it, I actually bought the 50ml because at the time, I think this is probably like 3-4 years ago now. At the time, this was what I could afford within my budget, but now the 50ml actually goes for, I believe it's 170. So they have gone up in price since then. The 100ml is now around £200. So in terms of the bottle, Byredo is quite simplistic when it comes to their design. It's a clear cylinder bottle with a black cap and a white label with black writing. However, what's inside does, right here, black saffron is actually one of their best sellers, and this is straight out of one of the sales associates that we were speaking to, and he was talking us through the history of Byredo and how they became this huge perfume house that they are today. Now let's get into the scent notes. So to me, I would describe black saffron as sensual, unique, mysterious, and a little bit spicy. I think it's the saffron that brings out that spiciness. And one thing I love about this scent, as well as all the other scents that I'm going to share with you guys today, is that they're all unisex. The top notes in this scent are quite floral, quite light, and it's a saffron and juniper berry. The middle notes are black violet and something that they call crystal rose. I can definitely smell a rose note in there, and for me, any scent that has saffron, rose, tonka bean, I just know I'm going to be in love with that scent. And then you've got the base note of raspberry and something they call blonde woods. Now altogether, this scent is a perfect scent for autumn because of that woodiness, that spiciness, and a little bit of that rose. I usually don't pull for this scent much during the summer and the spring months. However, as soon as it hits autumn, as soon as it gets colder, I feel like this scent is just perfect. Usually I gravitate towards more feminine, floral, fruity scents in spring and summer. However, for autumn winter, I am definitely in my husband's side of the fragrance collection, and yeah, there's no two ways about it because he's got some amazing oud fragrances. I just love how you can mix a masculine fragrance and then scent layer it with something that's a little bit lighter to give it that more of a feminine feel. But yeah, we'll get into that in one of the next fragrances. So next up, I've got this beautiful fragrance called Green Pearl by Thymine. I'm just gonna assume the H is silent and call it Thymine. If you guys are familiar with Thymine, then you know that their fragrances are just crafted to the T. The ingredients that are used are just second to none. Green Pearl is actually a extrait de perfume, which means that it's got one of the highest perfume oil concentrations, and there are actually tiers when it comes to fragrance. And if you guys don't know, I will just quickly run through the different tiers because I find this interesting. So it starts off with your eau de cologne, eau de toilette. Colognes are usually around 2 to 4% of fragrance oil, and then the eau de toilette, then 5 to 15% of fragrance oil. Then you move up a tier to eau de parfums. Eau de parfums are usually 15% to 20% of fragrance oil, and they tend to last around 8 hours and above. And then you've got your top tier extrait de parfums, or just your simply parfums, which are usually around 20 to 30% of fragrance oil. That is a high concentration of fragrance oil, and I'm not mad at it. And then you have the pure fragrance oils, which is just 100% fragrance. It just takes it up to a whole nother level. So the next time that you spray your perfume, whether it's an eau de parfum or eau de toilette, you can really test out how long each of those last. But in essence, there are different tiers, and this is extrait de parfum. The scent notes in this are a little bit different for me. I'm quite surprised that I love this fragrance because some of the scent notes are different to anything that I like. So this is part of the fruity family, and although it's part of the fruity family, it's very much still a mature fragrance, still a grown-up and sexy fragrance. The top notes are bergamot, apple. The heart notes, you've got a tea and you've got pepper. The base notes also include a tonka bean, a musk, and oak moss, and altogether the fragrance is just unique. To me, this smells out of the box. It smells very much earthy, very much fruity. Yeah, this is definitely one to explore and discover on your next fragrance shopping. I definitely recommend that you guys try this one out and let me know what you think. And also let me know down in the comments, what are some of your go-to fragrances for autumn and winter, because I would love to know. So next up is Burberry Immortals by Ex Nihilo. You guys, this fragrance right here, the embodiment of unique. Let me just spray it right now because I just remind myself how it smells. Yeah, this right here, this is straight out of my husband's side of the fragrance collection. Without scent layering it with something light, it's very dark, very mysterious, very much masculine, and you know that guy when he walks past you turn your head around. This is that guy, like. But anyways, back to center. This fragrance is insane. The scent notes are what just send me over and out every single time. You've got the Madagascar vanilla in here for the sweetness. I usually like to scent layer this with one of my favorite fragrances, Delina, just to bring about that feminine touch, because this is such a dark, such an oudy, mysterious fragrance. You've got pink pepper, you've got that saffron. Again, I think saffron in any fragrance just takes it up a notch. White musk and the patchouli. You guys, this fragrance is definitely worth every single penny for me. But now that it's getting to more autumn nights, autumn days, this fragrance is just as it is, just insanely beautiful. I would definitely recommend for you guys to try out Ex Nihilo, the brand. I believe they stock it in Selfridges. To just go and try out the Ex Nihilo collection. You might find some fragrances that you like in here that will become faves. Okay, so next up we've got another extrait de parfum. This is Hibiscus Mahad and it's by Maison Crivelli. And this time I would describe this as fruity, floral. Yes. Every time. A touch of feminine, and for some reason it kind of reminds me a little bit of Baccarat Rouge 540 by MFK. Maison Crivelli makes the most amazing fragrances. There is one that he's just released. I can't remember the name, but I will insert it here. Similar to the shape of this, however, it's an oud fragrance, and I think if you guys are looking for an oud fragrance from Maison Crivelli, then that fragrance is definitely one that I would recommend. I've smelled it a couple of times. I forgot the name, so I will insert the picture right here. Back to Hibiscus Mahad. This is a little bit on the sweeter slash fruitier side. This fragrance is very much still mature, very sexy, very grown up. The scent notes in this are a rose. You've got your vanilla absolute in here. You've got leather, and I think it's the leather element that makes this a autumn winter scent for me, because although it is quite floral, it is quite fruity, the leather, the rose, the vanilla, to me this brings it back home. You've got spearmint essential oil, and then you've also got a cinnamon essential oil. And if you know me, you guys know that I live for a unique fragrance moment. That is why I am forever scent layering. I want to smell different. I want somebody to be like, hey, you smell familiar, but what are you wearing, type of thing, you know? So yeah, that is what Hibiscus Mahad does for me. Try it one time and let me know what you think. But every fragrance that I have talked about today, I would link down below for any of you guys that are interested. So next up, I've got this beautiful scent by Louis Vuitton, and this is Oudy Hassad. Oudy Hassad is your oudy fragrance. And another thing that I love about Louis Vuitton fragrances is that you can personalize them. You can add your initials, you can add numbers, you can add dates, whatever it is. and they are also refillable. The scent notes in this are a sandalwood, cardamom, you've got amberette, which gives it a little bit of a dark sort of oud smell, but it's not your typical oud. You've also got mandarin, and then you've also got a scent note called petitgrain. Petitgrain is an essential oil that is extracted from the twigs and the leaves of a bitter orange tree. This fragrance really gives me fresh, it gives me sensual, it gives me mysterious. Oud Hassad is going to be a favorite for me this autumn and winter. And okay, so for the last fragrance, I thought I would share with you guys a blind smell so we can discover what this smells like together. This is a sample that came with one of the Louis Vuitton fragrance purchases. With any fragrance purchase, they usually give you a sample of a new fragrance, and I love discovering fragrances in that way. So I'm just gonna open this up. This is orange. It just comes in this small bottle right here. I'm just gonna spray it. Okay. Wow. 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 Wait about 2 minutes, let it soak in, and then I'll come back and let you guys know. I've given it time to settle a little bit. Maybe I need to wear this for a little bit longer. However, my initial thoughts are, I'm not really a fan of this. This is giving me very much too fresh, and I can definitely smell a lot of patchouli in here. Me and patchouli have a love-hate relationship. It depends what patchouli is mixed with. For me, when patchouli is mixed with rose, I kind of gravitate towards it a bit more, but when it's not, it just comes off a bit too strong for me. So the scent notes that are in orange, patchouli, you've got your bergamot, ambrette, and then you've also got vetiver. For me, the combination of those scents are just not doing it for me right now, but I will wear this for a little bit longer and I will come back and let you guys know in a future video how I really feel about this scent. I wanted to love this scent so much, but no, I'm not really a fan. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give your girl a big thumbs up. It really helps me out in the algorithm. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. If you haven't already subscribed, please press the subscribe button and stick around. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.